Welcome everyone to Skyrim's mod of the day, and today I'm looking at a mod that's been out a few months now, and I actually noticed it thanks to PC Gamer on Facebook, and it's called Gifts of the Outsider. Now what this does is add 6 abilities from Dishonored's Corvo to Skyrim, of course. Why am I getting harassed by guards? Anyway, he'll get his reward for that in a second. Anyway, like I said, it adds 6 abilities from Dishonored to Skyrim, which a few of them are pretty damn cool, and you actually obtain these by completing a quest which is fully voiced with an NPC called the Outsider. You can also get them via the console, such as what I have done, and when you do the quest you can actually find the runes across Skyrim to unlock each spell. Now, first up is the bend time alphabetical order, and of course it slows down the time for everyone but yourself and is an expert level spell. I currently got it equipped. Now, there's a few, the main good reason for this basically is if you're outnumbered in a fight or if you wanted to escape. I'll demonstrate it right now actually. You see a nice shockwave. And I noticed if you do it again while you're in the shockwave, you get like a floating ball effect. You can see it right there. And I found that quite amusing. Nice little slow motion ball magic effect. That's kind of sick. I've actually not tried using fire while using that. I'll try that in a second, see if it looks any good. But you know, as you can see, it doesn't totally speed things up.
You there?
Fuck off.
I work for Bella.
Right, you notice now when I'm moving around, I go left with the mouse and turn right now, but it's not exactly the fastest thing. You are slowed down slightly, but compared to everyone else, who is, as you can see, at a snail's pace, you know, it's definitely useful. Now, before I test it on a guard, let me actually equip fire in my right hand, because I want to see how fire looks. I've actually not thought about this until just now. I want to try and use, if you ask me, you fucking bastard of a guard. Right, left hand, where's my bend time? There we go. Let's have a look at this. Right, fire. Looks nice. Let's go to slow motion. Oh, look at that. Nothing happens. Actually, it does. There you go. It comes out so slow. It's coming out so slow you can barely see it. That's how much it slows the game down. I'm pretty sure anyway it's messing with physics and that you can see the fire on the floor kind of just burning away. And now it fades off. Anyway, for example, let's have a look at here. Go over to a guard, equip that, of course get my spell back on. So, if you're having some trouble with guards for this wanker, as an example, you know, putting a few knives up people's asses, causing some bleeding, you know, you're kind of surrounded, you're like, ooh, shit, what am I going to do here? Slow-mo the time, you could either go behind them and then do some quick damage to Commander Caius right here. He's already down, so you can, as you can see, it's already quite powerful, as in the fact that you can keep performing this and doing mega damage to people just in slow motion. It just lasts quite a while, as you can clearly see. I've been in this what, 10 seconds now, maybe more, and you can just cast it again, or you could simply just use that, as I'm doing now, to escape. And by the time this wears off, you're going to be quite a ways away. I've just gone past an archer. I'm already across Whiterun, and them enemies are still all the way down there. So you can see how it'd be useful for both dominating in a fight and escaping. Next we have Blink, which of course is a teleportation spell with a apprentice level, and it's quite cheap to cast, which it should be. It's not too great, but it could be useful. I'll demonstrate it now for you. Instantly warp to a location with relative ease. Almost get hit in the head with an axe as well. I mean, it can be useful. Like, for example, if I try and scale Whiterun, for example, you can just like kind of teleport to these walls, keep teleporting everywhere, onto Heimskir's house. You can see how you could have some fun with this, especially when you're trying to traverse Skyrim. You can pretty much teleport all over the place. I mean, it does have its limits as in distance and stuff. I knew it would teleport into that spike. As you can see there, the reticle changes colour when you can't go to a place. You can't go crazy distances, but you can get, I mean, it's not too bad for what it is. I mean, that's not too bad at all. And look, I've got to the top of the Jarl's house in seconds, and as you can see, I can't teleport all the way down if it's too far away. But let's see if we can get a bit lower. Nah, I knew that'd happen. But, you know, it's not one of my favourite spells. It wouldn't be one that I'd use myself, but either way, I'm sure some people would find it amusing. Teleport underwater. This is another favourite of mine called Devouring Swarm, which of course summons a horde of devastating rats wherever you cast it, and trust me, it does quite a bit of damage. Level adept, and these things pretty much devour anything they see in sight. And that guard has had no chance in holy hell. He's been devoured within seconds by all these little mini-skeevers slash rats. They're really useful in the, I mean, like if you're in a cave full of bandits and they're all on you or draugrs, easily cast them and you will wipe out quite a few, no problem at all.
Order of the yard. Stop right there.
And as you can see, you do get a bit of a bounty. I think that is from that.
Smart.
I've just paid the bounty real quick, just to see if it's from that, because before I was testing it, I don't think I got a bounty. So I just want to see if it's bounty related. I'll cast again, just let's have a check. We'll find out. I mean, sometimes it's amusing, like the archer down there, to watch him fire at these rats, because they generally do miss. He's been devoured. They generally do miss quite easily, but every now and again you see a little rat with an arrow through it, right up its ass, running around. It looks quite epic. You know, this will pretty much kill anyone in Skyrim. It's going to kill all these people. I've noticed sometimes they actually don't go away once the summon ends. So sometimes you got there's just legs everywhere. They're doing a fair bit of damage, and it's attracting the entire Whiterun to this location. I mean, I don't know how Heimska's gone. He's already fucked off. He knows what's going down. He don't want to be killed again. See, the summons ran off, and there's still rats down here, still running around devouring. So I don't know why it's got a summon time precisely, because if they stay on like this, what's the point of having a summon time? Because they will carry on running. As you can see, this little guy right here just trying to find a target to kill. And eventually a Whiterun guard, they even attack children, they attack anything pretty much. Oh yeah, that's Heimska. He's tried running, he's actually standing there. Oh, and he's a pussy as always, hiding from the rats. Trying to come and devour his asshole. Doing some more. So even when I summon more, the other rats are still actually active, so you could actually have thousands of these bastards. And Heimska didn't last long, as predicted. The cow's even running for its life. Now, to back up what I was saying earlier, I'm now to a guard.
Thinking of settling in?
You can see he's not interested at all in me. I committed no crime. So my rats have gone around killing everyone, and I've got no bounty for it.
No, I remember.
Which is quite really cool for a spell, so it's like, hey, it's not me, it's the rats coming from your sewers. It's nothing to do with me. Now, out of the 6 spells, this one has to be my absolute favourite, and it's called Possession, which is self-explanatory. Level Adept, and it's for 15 seconds. This, in my mind, is very useful. I've actually got to try some things out off camera to see how useful it could be. But, let's for example, you teleport behind the guard, and now I've got control. Now, I've not got control of the weapons or even the jumping. All I can control is his movement speed. So I can't exactly make him kill someone. And I've tried this multiple times. You actually teleport back behind him, I was about to say. So, in my opinion, this could, as long as bandits don't aggro, which I will be checking off camera in a minute, then I assume you could easily possess a bandit, run down the corridor, and then like escape. But not really possess a bandit. That would be kind of stupid. Possess a dog or something, because you can possess anything, literally anything.
You have come to hear the word of Talos.
No, I've not, but I've got an amusing little scene for everyone watching this. And, of course, this is still possession. This is a really funny thing you can do with it. The only thing you can do to get some amusement or usefulness out of it. I possess Heimska. I can't kill no one or anything else, but I can run off a mountain, such as Throat of the World, and watch what happens to poor old Heimska. Kneecaps, he's dead. He rolls down the hill. That's not a death scene. That is me spawning on from where he died. And you can see his dagger rolling down the hill. Got no idea where his body went. Probably down at the bottom of here somewhere. But that's the one good use for possession. You can literally throw people to their deaths, and again, no penalty for it. And I find that really, it's really evil, but also really, really fun. Now then, I was just testing an idea I had on possession, and it actually worked, and I'm really impressed by it, and it's kind of knocked up possession on my list of favourite spells from this mod. Now, I'm in the Ratway right now, underneath, well, in the Thieves Guild kind of area. There's enemies down there, as you know, NPCs and all the rest. Now, of course, Rodain sucks at sneaking, so how would you get past them? I'm not sure how many critters you see in caves anymore, because I don't really pay attention, but I'm sure you get mods that add that. But say for example you had a rabbit. Now obviously I'm in sneak mode right now, let me go in first person mode. I will place a rabbit and I will try and get a spell on it as fast as possible. Right, I'm now in the rabbit. I'll come down here. Look, these guys detect me, but they do not aggro. Now let me just try and get in a stealthy place, like maybe just, you got 15 seconds, but look. Now since he's bad at sneaking, of course, that's the only reason they heard me. Now if I, for example, let's get this rabbit again as fast as possible. If I, for example, drop down that, so I'm not exactly right next to him. If I drop down here, stay in his corner, you see, they don't see me. The only thing that can see me is the rabbit. No one has actually detected me down here. It's just a rabbit. The NPCs have not seen me. For all intents and purposes, I am right now in stealth mode. As you can tell, look, I've just got past 2 or 3 NPCs without them seeing me, simply by taking possession of an animal or person. I mean, how cool is that, seriously? Next up is Void Gaze. Now this lasts for 10 seconds and is basically night eye, and it also highlights living creatures through walls. It's an apprentice level spell and it costs pretty much nothing to cast. If I cast it now, you'll notice this, I can see everything now, of course. I've got night eye, but believe it or not, I could not see this guy through the wall for some reason when I actually cast it. Now reload real quick. He's all the way down there to the right. If I cast this, you know, I can't see this guy through the wall. No idea why. You can see he just came round. I couldn't see him through the wall whatsoever. So again, I don't know if that is a kind of a glitch. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I imagine it does normally work, but for some reason it's not working on this guy. Either way, it's quite a simple spell. Like I said, this spell's nothing special, but you know, it's still from Dishonored. The final one is called Wind Blast, an expert level spell that costs 11 magicka per second. Now this of course blasts opponents through the air. Now when testing this, it did no damage to NPCs, but it does, as its namesake, blast people through the air. So you can knock people over, basically give yourself some distance in a combat with multiple NPCs in a dungeon. You could give yourself some distance using this spell, just to heal or, you know, do something. Now I'll test it now on this Heimska. You'll notice no damage. It just launches him across the floor as long as I do it. Now again, it doesn't do no damage, but it does create distance. But of course, if you're on a high plane like this, you can easily send many legs flying. So we've got quite a few Heimska legs going down. There he goes, smack bang into a rock, flies over the rock, nice air right there, and vanishes off into the distance. This guy wants to fight this motherfucker? No, he's still alive, and he's dead. So again, it's just like possession in a way. This can be deadly. Let me put God mode on. As you can see, it does use magicka. Not much, to be quite honest, because I'm a low character on this Rodin. So if you had loads of magicka, you could literally do plenty of damage with this. And send plenty of bodies flying, depending on where you are. Either way, it's always fun to see Heimskas fall down the throat of the world, into the trees, into the rocks, and to their watery death. Always is fun. Now, of course, you could probably break out some kind of good combinations with these. I've got bend time right now, so I could slow down time. And then I can use the Wind Blast to send some legs flying. Which, as you can see, it's happening, but it's very slow. So you could have some fun that way. It's like, is it a bird, is it a plane? No, it is Heimska. Slow motion Heimskas flying through the air. I mean, that is quite amusing. Then way, you see, so you can have some fun with this mod. I mean, it's fun enough to see Heimskas flying through the air. Help me! And you notice in slow motion, again, the sounds do not slow down, as in the voices, they carry on. What I'm doing is sending you all launching off the throat of the world in super slow motion. And then you get flying, spindling legs just everywhere. Devastation. Like I said, you can make quite a few good combinations with that. So it's up to you what you get up to using this mod. Anyway, that is it for my review. I was surprised to see this only having 8,000 downloads even after the PC gamer shout out. Maybe some people don't like these. My personal favourites, like I said before, were mainly Bend Time and possession, with Devouring Swarm, although fun, maybe a bit overpowered. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. Go and check out the mod if you like it, endorse it, and see you later.